Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Arkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone, push the word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, push the word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, push the word truthfully and sincerely. I say Shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a news article from In the News on this January the 2nd, 2022, on this Saturday afternoon, 2:47 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this is a news article from the Jerusalem Post. And this was published on July 1st, 2022, and updated on July 1st, 2022. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, chances for Iran nuclear deal worsens after Doha talks, the U.S. official says. And it says the chances of revival of the 2015 nuclear deal are worse than after indirect talks. I believe, I was reading a news article of it. It caught my ad about a few days ago. And then it said they had some talks, but wasn't no progress made, you know. So I guess it kind of relates to this. And I'm going to read it again for edification's sake. It says the chances of reviving a 2015 Iran nuclear deal are worsened after indirect U.S.-Iranian talks in Doha that ended without progress. A senior U.S. official told the Reuters on Thursday the prospects for a deal after Doha are worsened were before.
What's up, Daniel?
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up, man? How's it going?
How's your mom?
Oh, she doing all right.
From the house on 90. What's y'all, 97?
No, we on 72nd. Right
No, yeah. 72nd on what?
Stone.
Oh, by the church?
Yeah, right over there.
By
Yeah,
the funeral home.
yeah, then they got the little mosque over there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all got tired out there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been over about for 8 years now. Yeah.
You still be selling squares?
Mm-mm. No, I don't mess with that no more. Yeah. Yeah, we don't mess with that no more.
Oh, no?
Sure ain't no.
What's your name again?
Anthony.
I'm Moon.
Nice.
Be easy, huh?
Alright, dude.
God bless, bro.
Alright, same to you.
Hey, look.
Huh?
Oh, no! I got you mixed up with the people on 97th and Merle.
Right. Yeah, we was
Your
on.
mama's son.
Yeah, best son.
Y'all was on
102nd. Yates.
Convenience.
Yeah.
Between Vinsley and Yates.
Yeah. Yeah.
This shit tastes so good. God damn it.
Alright, then, bro.
Yeah.
Alright.
What bus you right now, man?
No, I just
I do the same shit. Stand here and
I just came here about like it's almost close like an hour ago.
you want a cookie?
No, I'm alright.
Oh.
Yeah, I ain't gonna leave till later on.
Oh, my
Yeah, I
friend's
just
going to the
got-
house, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I do now, kind of. Like if I'm coming from somewhere,
Right.
I come over here and just sit for a little bit,
Right.
look
Shit.
around.
Right.
And then I go home.
Right.
She think I'm in another bitch face. I can't go in and say, I wasn't in another bitch face. Who you calling the bitch?
Right.
Another bitch. Going to knock on goddamn street. Milton was right there. I don't know where he at. My black cousin. I bet you, if you see him later on, I wonder it's gonna be a giant movie.
I said, I'll let you on my
Alright,
my phone. Alright, take care.
I'm gonna get out of here. 1 more pound for the road. Hey man, you be careful.
Alright, I will. Alright. Lock you about that, I was talking to a person that I used to know around our old neighborhood. But back to what I was saying with the news article in regards to the 2015 nuclear deal, they showing no sign of progress of that. It says the prospects for a deal after the Doha are worse they were before Doha, and they will be getting worse by the day, says officials. And the conditions anomaly. You could describe Doha as a best treading water, at worst as moving backwards, but at this point, treading water is for all practical purposes moving moving backwards, he added. The officials will not go into details of the Doha talks, during which the European Union officials stood between the two sides trying to revive the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA agreement, under which Iran has limited its nuclear program returns for relief and economic sanctions. It says then the U.S. President Donald Trump, regional of the agreement in 2018, and restored the harsh U.S. sanctions on Iran, prompting Tehran to start violating its nuclear restrictions about a year ago. The demands of reopening a settle issues and requesting clearly Slovakia gets back to what I started because the internet connection was tweaking. It says the board demands of reopening a settled issues and requests clearly under relates to the JCPOA. All suggested that to us that the real discussion that has to take place is not between Iran and the U.S. to resolve remain differences. It is between Iran to resolve the fundamental question about whether they are interested in a mutual return to the JCPOA. The senior U.S. official said, at this point, we are not sure if they, the Iranians, know more that they won't. They did not come to Doha with many specifics, he added. Most of what they pacified, he added, most of what they raised there either knew or should know what outside the scope of the JCPOA, and thus completely unsellable to the U.S. and to the Europeans. He said, or were issues to that have been thoroughly debated and resolved in Vienna, right? Because Vienna, Austria, and there were clearly not going to reopen, right? Because they've been having like ongoing conversations every time it's a U.S. representation of the U.S. and a representation of Iran. So you know that's been going on and on and off from last year all the way into this year. They're still trying to show more progress of revival of the 2015 nuclear deal. But now, after hearing this, revival of the 2015 nuclear deal seems like it's getting worse and worse, according to this report right here. Now, continuing on with the news article. Speaking at the U.S. Secretary Consul, the British and French diplomats all played the once on Iran for the failure to revive the agreement of more than a year of negotiations. And it says the Iran, however, characterized the Doha talks as positive and blamed the U.S. For failing to the provided guarantees that a new administration that would not abandon the deal as Trump had done. And it says
I'll be there in a second.
the Iran has demanded the object guarantee from the U.S. that the JCPOA will be terminated again, that the U.S. will not violate the obligations again, that sanctions will not be reimposed under other pretexts or destinations, the Iran ambassador Majid Roth told the council. A senior U.S. official said Washington has made clear since the talks began in April of 2021 that it could not give Iran legal guarantees that a future U.S. administration will stick to the deal. We said there is no legal way we can bind a future administration, so we look for other ways to give some form of comfort to Iran, and we, along with all others of P5+1 nations and the EU coordinator, though that the file has been closed, the senior U.S. official added, the Iran stuck with original deal with Britain, China, France, Russia, and the United States and Germany. And recall the P5+1. U.S. and Iran officials said that the ball was in the other's court. The U.S. official dispute Tehran's argument that Washington was to blame for the lack of progress, saying the United States have responded positively to propose a EU change to the draft next of an agreement reached during the wider talks in March, while Iran had failed to expose response to those proposals. If the deal wasn't revived, he said, Iran's leadership will need to explain why it turned its back on the benefit of the deal for the sake of issues that wouldn't make a positive direction in the life of a single Jordanian Iranian. The U.S. officials did not detail those issues. Restoring the deal would allow Iran to legally import its oil, the lifeblood of its economy. But after reading that article and stuff like that, that's not going to stop Iran with its nuclear capability. Even if the progress of trying to make between both sides, even if it's to get worse and worse on both sides of not reviving the 2015 nuclear deal, Iran is still going to show its nuclear capability, even if they get hit with these economic sanctions, even if it kind of fumbled the way of they getting imported with oil and stuff like that. That's still not going to stop Iran from its nuclear capability, even if they still getting hit with economic sanctions and many other sanctions as well too, that the United States and other allies that's with the United States putting on Iran. They still going to create their nuclear capability. They're still going to create a uranium of nuclear capability to their arsenal, and protection over their countries. Because Iran have allies as well too, and that's what China, Russia, and Iran, So that shows you that that's still not going to stop Iran from committing their nuclear capability, So with that, I wasn't going to bring out no scriptures on this. It's just this is just an update of between the revival of the 2015 nuclear deal. Seems like it's getting worse and worse, and it's not going to get any closer to reviving the nuclear deal. But that's still not going to stop Iran from their nuclear capability. Matter of fact, I might as well just bring out a scripture. Because then you got on the other hand, you got Israel is the adversary of Iran, That's why, that's still not going to stop Iran from their nuclear capability, Their nuclear capability, they're going to continue to create nuclear capabilities, increase of uranium that could create hypersonic missiles, ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles as well too, long range and short range, and ICBMs as well too to the Iran's connection. And this is the book of Joel chapter 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares and the swords and the plenty hooks, and let the weak say I am strong. Right, because Iran is going to show their nuclear capability, even if they don't, to be able to get more oil imported into their country, or they still going to get hit with harsh economic sanctions. The president of Iran is still going to protect this country, doesn't matter what circumstance they are under, or what pressure they're going under, or the adversaries of Iran, which is Israel and the other countries that's allies with the United States. The countries that's allies with the United States and Israel, So, Iran is not really fazed by that, So that's why I brought out Joel 3 and 10, let the weak say I'm strong, because you're seeing these nations showing their military capability, their arsenal, and purchases of military collections, or to what arsenal what they have, and it's going to increase even more and more, because the Heavenly Father is going to put these spirits on these Iranians to go to war, with their adversaries, and mainly that's Israel, and this other allies that's with Israel and the United States, So with that, I hope this quick sit-down lesson was edifying in the news on this July the 2nd, 2022. Yeah, July the 2nd, 2022, on this Saturday afternoon, And I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and great millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And to next time, I'll say shalom and